went for points. And that put you in a hole in a game that without those 10 points, you're up by 7 at halftime. So eliminate turnovers. It's going to be hard enough, playing against a school that's a step above you. Take care of the ball. Don't force any lapses in judgment. Don't force throws. And just really, I don't want to say play basic football, but really play basic football. There's no need to do anything fancy. No turnovers. Find your game and kind of go from there, because they had opportunities against Eastern Kentucky without the turnovers.
Well, Nick, really appreciate the time and safe travels here, and excited to kick this thing off. I'm sure the team is really excited to play in this atmosphere here inside Memorial Stadium. So have a great call.
Thank you as well, and thanks for having me on.
That's the voice of HCU, Nicholas Petrisky, on our Pioneer Opposition segment. Fans, 100 years ago, one seed changed everything. Pioneer is proud to be the one you can count on when every bushel counts. Plant the 100th season of Pioneer. Now we take a look at the traffic coming into Lincoln once more with Trooper Brett.
Good morning, Husker fans. With kickoff against Houston Christian right around the corner, we are seeing more slowdowns here on the eastern side of the state. Traffic near the Gretna Outlet Mall has slowed slightly, approaching the I-80 westbound on-ramp. The State Patrol has placed a trooper in the area to manually operate the traffic light to assist with that congestion. As you approach downtown Lincoln, anticipate stop-and-go traffic on I-180 southbound. Traffic does appear to also be slowing on I-80 westbound as you approach I-180 as well. Remember, fans coming in from the east can take the 27th or Highway 6 exits to avoid that I-180 congestion. Husker fans, applications are now open to become a Nebraska State Trooper. From game day to every day, become a trooper and help patrol the good life. I'm Trooper Brett with the Nebraska State Patrol on the Huskers Radio Network. This traffic report is brought to you by the NDOT.
You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Central Valley Ag on the Huskers Radio Network.
At Woodhouse, we're with you every step of the way. With more than 20 locations and brands, you'll find options that fit your lifestyle. Whether you're looking for your first car, your next SUV, or something built to tow and haul, enjoy straightforward pricing, helpful guidance, and a dealer experience built around you. Visit one of our convenient locations today or explore your options online at woodhouse.com. Serving our customers for 50 years, this is Woodhouse.
Defend your network like a champ with Hamilton Business Technologies. From end zones to endpoints, our cybersecurity solutions keep your business and your data protected from online threats. We offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and experts who monitor it all for you. You keep doing what you do best, and we will protect the rest. Hamilton Business Technologies, the official business IT partner of the Huskers. Visit us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles, or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
1 year, 0 interest. With a qualifying seed purchase from Central Valley Ag by October 17th, you can unlock 0% financing for 1 full year on seed and crop protection. The first 10 growers to enroll this week in the CVA Go Early Seed Program will receive 100 units of free CVA Elite soybean seed treatment. Details at cvacoop.com. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
402-472-0800. Please note, Pyro Pyrotechnics and flashing lights will be used throughout the game. Fans with sensitivities to light or sound are encouraged to take appropriate precautions.
This is the Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Central Valley Ag. You're listening to Big Red Football.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Exarban Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you, a porch swing or a skyline view, work that matters, and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave, hey there. Stars you can almost touch, a mortgage that makes sense, more space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Build Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series. Build Ford Tough.
As the world's largest family-owned and operated manufacturer of grain storage, drying, and handling equipment, Sukup Manufacturing Company has led the way in innovation, offering top-quality products that empower farmers to thrive. Get ready to tackle your agricultural challenges with Sukup, where innovation meets reliability. Visit sukup.com today to find a dealer near you.
Welcome back to the CVA Countdown to Kickoff. It is bright. It is sunny. We know it's bright because it's right in our eyes here at the Greg Sharp radio booth. Soon this place will fill out Memorial Stadium, 405th consecutive sellout. Kyle Crooks back with you. And we'll bring in, down on the sidelines, Jessica Cootie, who's going to have to brave the elements today. And by elements, I mean the heat. Kind of humid today, Jess. And with that, let's parlay that into our Cornerstone Bank time and temperature, getting closer to kickoff of 11:03 a.m. Central Time, so just inside an hour. But Jess, kind of toasty down on the field, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been staying in the shade for as long as possible because once this thing kicks off, we are going to be in the sun. And by the way, you told me earlier this week to get my suntan lotion. I'm definitely going to need the sunscreen out here today. I did get the official weather report from Haven Fields, and he said it's expected to be 93 by 1:30 here today. And as far as the wind gust, 24 to 25 miles per hour. South wind blowing out of the southwest. And, you know, I've noticed they've done this a few times here the last couple of years with Coach Rule's regime, but when it's going to be hot, the team not out here in the heat and the elements as much, trying to probably conserve as much as they can before they get out here because it's definitely going to be a hot one here today, Kyle.
And most likely hotter down on field level than it is up here where we're sitting. Cornerstone Bank is committed to providing you game-changing solutions for your financial needs. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC. Equal housing lender. All right, overall vibe here, Jess, 11 a.m. kickoff, so perhaps not as they would say maybe popping in the tailgates, but we have another sellout. When you were walking into the stadium today, what'd you sense outside?
Yeah, you know, a little bit of a late arriving crowd here to the stadium, but that's okay. The student section, as Coach Roll has pointed out a couple different times, we're here bright and early. They were down there, the guys that get here first, boy, they always run down there and line up and try to set the tone, but it'll fill out for sure. It was a little bit quieter, but that's all right. You know, first 11 a.m. game. Damon talked about that a little bit earlier with our keys on social media, just you got to get used to it. But it'll fill in. It'll be all right here today. There's no doubt in my mind. Husker Nation always shows up.
And Jess, earlier this week, as part of your Cornhusker conversation, which we heard in Husker Game Day, you had the chance to talk to QB1 Dylan Raiola. What a start he's off to. What did you take away from that conversation with DR15?
Yeah, so much. I mean, he's a guy that does so much media, but I tried to dive into a few different things, including just the routine plays. I mean, it's something that Dana Holgorsen has preached, especially here with this group leading into kickoff this season. But, with Dylan in particular, why does that resonate? Why is that such a big key? And he just talked about how, his whole life in high school, he could just bomb away, but just the realization and the understanding that it doesn't take those wow plays every single time to win games. Sometimes it's the methodical approach and, staying in front of the chains. And so just the understanding of that and the grasping of that, just his maturity as well. I mean, he's been so mature just since he got here and just the magnitude of the job that he takes on being the starting quarterback here at Nebraska. But I think he's grown even more. I asked him about that because I've seen a difference just in the way he communicates on the sideline here in the first couple of games. And so there are so many good things that, I think maybe a little bit underappreciated right now through 2 games, as Coach Rule has talked about, but he's doing so many good things well, just in terms of just the play on the field, but then just his leadership and his being a representative of this program. There's so many things off the field as well that are as impressive as what he does on the field.
As Coach Rule said this week, he's playing quarterback, 5th nationally in completion percentage, not just a thrower. 78% completion percentage, and that's in 73 attempts. So he's been slinging it underneath, and those underneath routes in Dana Holgorsen's offense, he has completed a high clip. Last week, 14 different receivers caught a pass. Well, fans, game preparation and repetition predicts success and winning. Drivers and vehicle passengers who always use their seatbelts will increase their survival chances if a crash should happen. Remember to always make it click from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. With that, Jess, let's transition into your Prairie Valley keys to today's performance.
Yeah, I think just going back to my conversation with secondary coach Addison Williams, he had talked about for especially for this defense and for his guys in the backfield, they want to get more plays on the football when they have the opportunity, get some of those interceptions, some of those takeaways, continue to build off of that. Sometimes that can be contagious and come in bunches, so they want to make more plays on that. I'll go to the third down defense that Matt Rule has been very complimentary of this Houston Christian defense. So for this offense, you need to be good on first down, so you're not in some third and long situation that Houston Christian has proven that they're pretty good at. And then finally, just the standard and upholding the standard no matter who's in. Hopefully another opportunity to get a lot of guys out here on the field. A lot's been made of Coach Rule's halftime speech. We talked about it throughout the week, just even coming out of halftime. When I chatted with him last week on our halftime conversation, you could tell he wasn't happy. And so just for no matter who it is, just upholding the standard no matter what the score is, no matter who is in there. The standard is the standard, and want to see them build off of that and do that again here today.
And Jess, let me ask you, one player that you might have your eye on more than any in a game like this, maybe it's a backup, could be a third stringer, maybe it could be a starter. If there's one player that stands out to you that you have your eye on down on the Rob Seco sidelines, who would that be?
Yeah, and should mention those are the keys to today's performance presented by Prairie Valley Seeds, Grow Without Limits. I'm going to go with Mekhi Nelson, I think, because we saw some of his explosiveness and maybe Isaiah Mosey as well, as we continue to see those guys develop behind Emmett Johnson as we move into Big Ten play next week against Michigan. Gonna need some more of that depth at running back. So I'm looking for the guys that are backing up Emmett Johnson to see them get some more touches and some more opportunities and really get going here today. And not just running the football, the things that they're doing when they're not getting the ball, the pass protection, the blocking, all of that kind of stuff as well.
Well, Jess, you have SPF 50 down there.
I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it. Hey, how about the Operation Red Moon down here? The red on red. Also, they're sporting, a lot of the staff was supporting the Terrence Knighton t-shirts. They walked in the Legacy Walk. So looking sharp down here. I know the players are super hyped about wearing the red on red with the white helmet here today.
First time in nearly 40 years. Jess, thank you so much. We'll talk to you getting closer to kickoff.
All right, sounds good.
Operation Blood Moon today. Those were up on the video screens if you walked into the Hawks Championship Center and wearing the All Reds for the first time since a game against Oklahoma in 1986, a game that day that the Huskers did not win. But All Reds today, and it treated to a really cool look here inside Memorial Stadium. 84 degrees, about 14-mile-per-hour winds today. It'll be a little bit humid, getting closer to kickoff. Again, 11:03 a.m. Central Time. We'll kick this thing off, Nebraska and Houston Christian, for the first time ever in football between these two programs. When we come back, we'll have the Matt Rule pregame show. That is next.
The following is a presentation of the Husker Radio Network. It's time for the Matt Rule pregame show, brought to you by Valley Irrigation. Here's your host, Kyle Crooks, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Nebraska and Houston Christian here this morning from Memorial Stadium. And, Coach, here we go. Another week at Memorial Stadium. But let's start here. You're coming off a shutout, putting up 68 points. But I know how the brain works as a coach, always trying to improve. How was the intensity, the week of prep, now getting ready for a new game?
I thought we had a great week. I thought the guys took the idea of improvement and a commitment to improvement very seriously. It's something we talked about as a team, trying to play our best football at the end of the year. And so this week gave us a chance to really identify, hey, what do we need to improve? Each guy probably has something, but as a team, as an offense and a defense and special teams, and they worked hard. So now we have to just do it when the lights come on.
What did you like about the youth? I mean, a game like that where you get a chance to play a lot of different guys. Cade Petchak, of course, steps out. TJ and a lot of others. When you look at the young guys, the bright lights of Memorial Stadium, how do you think they handled all that?
I thought they handled it really well. And, to go on the road the first game to Cincinnati, and some of those guys, Cade didn't play as much, obviously, but they got a chance to taste it, to feel it, to see it, to then go back and get into this game. I was really pleased. I thought they were able to play in the game the way they practice, which is a key thing for a young player, have some success, and hopefully it builds their confidence. If anything, it certainly brings them back to practice, ready to go and fired up and excited to practice because they know, hey, you know what, I'm going to probably get in. I want to make sure when I get in, I do well.
And there's been a lot of chatter of what's behind Emmett, but let's talk about Emmett. I mean, the start that he's had through the first two games, a couple of 100-yard performances. I mean, I think he had 134 at half. The way that he's worked, his work ethic, and what we're seeing on the field, is this sort of what you expected?
Yeah, we thought he was going to be one of the best backs in the league. He's a three-down back. He can pick up blitzes. He can catch the ball out of backfield. He can run routes where he's the primary receiver, which is hard to do at tailback. And he can run the football between the tackles and outside. So what I was pleased with was seeing him, put his head down and get vertical. He has elite elusiveness, but to see him get vertical as well, that's the part of the game that he wanted to add, and he's definitely added it.
This game is brought to you in part by your Midwest Ford dealers. Visit buyfordnow.com for all your truck, SUV, and electric vehicle needs. We preview Houston Christian right after this.
This is Big Red Football.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough.
Hi, I'm Tom Osborne, former football coach and co-founder of the Teammates Mentoring Program.
And I'm Des Moines Adams, Husker Black Shirt and CEO of Teammates Mentor.
We are recruiting teammates mentors and need caring adults to be in the lives of our students.
Meeting with a student once a week at the school can make a positive impact in their life and have a ripple effect in our communities.
Please join our team.
Go to teammates.org today.
Nebraska football fans know what it takes to be the best. You've got to handle the heat, power through the cold, read the pressure. Same goes for the techs at John Henry's. They're trusted to perform when it's all all on the line. When winter's driving hard and your furnace fumbles. When your thermostat is in the red zone. When the power goes out before the final whistle. Make the easy call.
Call 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Exarban Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey Husker fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Husker football games or to any other live event in Lincoln, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Nebraska football. Let's go Huskers! SeatGeek.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
Nothing goes better with Husker sports than Fairbury. Fairbury premium quality hot dogs deliver the home game experience to your family and friends. Fairbury, the official hot dog of Husker Nation. Kyle Crooks back with the head coach, Matt Rule, Nebraska and Houston Christian. Looking at them on tape, let's start out defensively because their numbers really popped through the first two games of the year. The amount of different looks, Coach, that you're going to see from this Houston Christian defense, what stands out there?
Just what you said, a bunch of different looks. You know, they're in the top 5 in several defensive categories. Third down for them has been excellent. But, you know, I think I counted like 6 different looks and 6 different plays. Mm-hmm. And so the good thing for us is we see that with our defense. We believe in that defensively, is throwing different pictures at people. And now our guys are going to have to, you know, as they get into the game, they're going to have to just identify the look that Houston Christian's in, you know, what's the right technique, what's the right call, execute the play, and just minimize the negative plays, tackles for loss, things like that. When you face a defense that is minimal, has maximum looks, you have to just eliminate the negative plays, and that allows you to get in rhythm.
Offensively, a fifth-year quarterback that doesn't have a whole lot of experience, though, but there's a lot of guys that were at FBS stops prior. A couple of really good running backs, some really good wide receivers. There's a lot of talent on that offensive side, isn't there? Yeah,
no doubt. And to your point, you know, when you've been at Mississippi State, mm-hmm. when you've been at these other places, like, you know, you're not going to be super intimidated. You're going to come in and you know what these atmospheres are like. And so, you know, they do a nice job. They can run the football. They run, you know, some different runs than we normally see, which is great for us. They can throw the football. They have weapons. And so, you know, they just hurt themselves a lot last week with some fumbles. I'm sure they've corrected that. But we have to come out and we have to just make sure that we're on the same page defensively, try to create negative plays, but certainly not give up the explosive ones.
This week's contestant for the Woodhouse block punt for a touchdown contest is Brian Gartsky of Geneva, Nebraska. Remember, if the Huskers block a punt and return it for a touchdown, Brian Gartsky will win $20,000 towards the purchase or lease of a Woodhouse brand vehicle. Go to huskers.com/Woodhouse for official rules and how to enter. We wrap it up with Coach right after this.
On the Huskers Radio Network.
The color red means something to us. It means tough, ready, and powerful. It means our standards are high, and we expect the highest level of performance on and in the field. So while the Huskers are getting it done on the football field, you can count on Massey Ferguson tractors to get it done in your field. With its seamless CVT transmission and efficient AGCO-powered engine, you'll keep charging down the field all season long. Check out the full line of Massey Ferguson equipment at Osceola Implement in Osceola and True Ag and Turf in Falls City, Columbus, and Osmond.
At Channel, we always show up for our farmers.
Is that tar spot or rust?
Incoming!
Definitely rust.
Rick? How did you?
Dropping in to check on your crop, Bill. Let's call your agronomist before that rust can hurt your yield.
That sounds great, but when did you learn to skydive?
Self-taught, Bill. Kind of a prodigy.
From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel Seed pros always show up. Visit channel.com to learn more. Channel, all in, all season. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Hey, Husker fans. Every grower's got that game-winning play. Maybe it's upgrading that old pivot, switching up the play with smart tech, or controlling water like a pro. Valley Irrigation's putting $100,000 on the line to back 2 growers ready to score big. This is your chance to get that $75K or $25K irrigation grant, plus a $50 parts or service voucher just for logging in. Don't sit on the sidelines. Visit valleyirrigation.com/Huskers. That's valleyirrigation.com/Huskers.
Husker fans, during this week's football game, we are recognizing the agricultural community in our great state with Acres Ag Day celebration. Farmers and ranchers have helped build the culture of this state through hard work, grit, and toughness. Nebraska Athletics is proud of our agricultural heritage and strive to live out these same values every day. We would like to recognize and thank our partners supporting Acres Ag Day: Beck's Hybrids, Pioneer, Central Valley Ag, Calcium Products, Nebraska Farm Bureau Financial Services, and High Street. Go Big Red.
This is Big Red Football.
In Nebraska, the good life means mornings that wait for you. A porch swing or a skyline view. Work that matters and time that's yours. Neighbors who wave.
Hey there.
Stars you can almost touch. A mortgage that makes sense. More space, more time, more life. Nebraska, the good life is calling. Are you ready to answer? Learn more about living in Nebraska at www.thegoodlifeiscalling.com.
There's a hero in all of us. Pioneer is proud to partner with Nebraska and Iowa for the Pioneer Heroes Game. Together, we want to recognize and celebrate local heroes who exemplify the goal of positively impacting the community and who stand as an inspiration to others. If you have a family member or a community member you'd like to recognize, please nominate them at huskers.com/hero so we can celebrate the heroes in your community.
Pioneer is proud to partner with Nebraska and Iowa for the Pioneer Heroes Game to recognize and celebrate local heroes. Nominate your hero today at huskers.com/hero. Wrap it up with Coach. And early game, different routine, 11 a.m. kickoff. How does maybe that change this Saturday for the Huskers?
You know, I think the biggest difference is, as opposed to the night games where you get up and you try to ease into the day, you know, you try to just build as it goes on. You have to wake up ready to go. And we've challenged our guys that since Thursday. You know, Thursday night, Friday night, everything you eat, everything you drink, it's going to be a hot day. Make sure you don't cramp. Make sure you're ready to go. And when you wake up Saturday, let's get ready to explode. And that's been our message. And, you know, I'm glad we're playing an early game. You know, we'll have experienced a couple different starting times, and you'll need that in the Big Ten.
Final one, Coach, but first quarter of this game, what do you want to see from the Huskers? What's going to stand out to you on tape that you see from the team? Focus.
You know, you come off a big win, you know, sometimes, you know, you think that that's going to automatically happen, and it never just automatically happens. When you go into a game that you know is going to be a battle, you're focused, you're locked in, and I want to see that from us. That's what a mature team does. They come out and they play every play like it's the most important play in the world, and no matter how much you say it, that has to come from within. And so I'm hoping that we see that right off the bat. We see a kickoff team or a kickoff return team that executes, and then on to offense and defense.
Coach, appreciate it, and best of luck today.
Thank you.
Continue with more after this on the Huskers Radio Network.
On the Huskers Radio Network.
There's a hero in all of us. Pioneer is proud to partner with Nebraska and Iowa for the Pioneer Heroes Game. Together, we want to recognize and celebrate local heroes who exemplify the goal of positively impacting the community and who stand as an inspiration to others. If you have a family member or a community member you'd like to recognize, please nominate them at huskers.com/hero so we can celebrate the heroes in your community.
Hey Husker fans, it's college football season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Hail Marys and walk-on heroes. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Husker football games or to any other live event in Lincoln, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Nebraska football. Let's go Huskers. SeatGeek.
Welcome back to the Greg Sharp radio booth at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. I'm Matt Coatney. Let's take a quick look at the Nebraska Lottery scoreboard. There were 2 matchups of Big Ten teams today. 2 league teams played in non-conference action last night. It was Indiana blowing out Indiana State 73-0. UCLA lost at home to New Mexico 35-10. Later today at 11 a.m. Central, number 4 Oregon at Northwestern. Wisconsin's at number 19 Alabama. Central Michigan at number 23 Michigan. Towson at Maryland. At 2:30 p.m. Central, Villanova at number 2 Penn State. USC at Purdue. Norfolk State at Rutgers. And Youngstown State at Michigan State in the early games. I'm Matt Coatney in the Greg Sharp radio booth at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. Get ready, Nebraska. Kyle Crooks, Damon Benning, Jessica Cootie are all set to go. Nebraska versus Houston Christian. Husker football next.
It's time for Nebraska Cornhuskers football.
I think people, when they hear my tone, they can tell that I have high expectations for this team. When you have high expectations, you have to have high standards. And I think at every turn, the players have matched and exceeded the standard that we've laid out for them.
8-yard touchdown run. Johnny Rogers, the Heisman Trophy winner. Pass here, he gives to Kenny. Kenny over the left side. Touchdown. Rozier running to the 50, to the 45. Over the left side to Fryer. He's the 40. He's gone home, mama. Another one. Touchdown. Steve Taylor. Touchdown, Tommy Frazier. Touchdown, Tommy. Corey Schlesinger. Touchdown. Nebraska's quarterback, Chuck Berringer. Lawrence Gubbs. Touchdown. 10-5. Touchdown, Amon Green.
Brought by Mike Minner. By Eric Crouch. Fakes the pitch. Keeps it. Keeps it to the 25-20. There he goes.
And dropped. And Ndamukong Suh. What a spectacular run for touchdown, Amir Abdullah. What an amazing catch and run.
The process works for those who will work. The process is undefeated for those who won't be defeated.
Single back as Johnson takes a snap, turn right, hand off, Johnson up the middle, burst to the second level, the snap takes, hand off, that's a safety, and an end cut between the hash marks, 10-5, touchdown, Quinn. Big red wall comes out of the fray with his fist to the heavens in celebration.
Brought to you locally by This is the pre-kickoff show, brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery.
Welcome into the Nebraska Lottery pre-kickoff show. We welcome you inside the Greg Sharp radio booth as the Huskers host Houston Christian here at another sold-out Memorial Stadium. Hello, everybody. I'm Kyle Crooks alongside the 2-time national champ Damon Benning. Jessica Cootie is down on the sidelines as well. The Huskers are 2-0, fresh off a record-breaking 68-0 win over the Zips of Akron. Now turn their attention in their final non-conference game of the year to an FCS opponent in Houston Christian. They are 1-1. They're coming off their first loss of the year last week to Eastern Kentucky. Meanwhile, for the standouts for the home team, that's Nebraska's QB1, Dylan Raiola. He's had a tremendous start to a new year, having completed 78% of his passes, the nation's 5th best mark, while throwing for 6 touchdowns to no interceptions. Meanwhile, in the backfield, Emmett Johnson, back-to-back 100-yard games, career best 3 touchdowns against Akron. The defense led by John Butler. They were stellar. First shutout since 2009, have not allowed more than 70 yards passing in each of their first 2 games. With that, we want to remind you, everyone looks good with a touch of gray, especially when it's one of 8 new gray 2025 trucks you could win in Trucks and Bucks from the Nebraska Lottery. Buy a ticket today and experience the power of gray. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000. We welcome in the national champ, Damon Benning. How about these Blood Moon all-red uniforms, a look we have not seen since the mid-'80s?
Yeah, it looks fantastic. And I'm not one of those guys, KC, that typically gets into the whole what we're wearing versus what we're not wearing, but I'm not going to kid you. The all-reds look pretty sweet.
What are you looking at today? What are some of the things that are going to get your attention in the early going, David?
So I talked to B-Mac about this, and I'm sure it'll be a reoccurring theme. But for me, especially being a part of a team that was still trying to learn to win and handle expectations that went down at the half against Wyoming in '94 at home in a game in which we should have played much better. I'm looking for emotional maturity. It's hard to do. 2 weeks in a row playing the nameless, faceless opponent known as yourselves. If Nebraska can stay on the gas for a second week in a row while they're still learning to read about themselves and manage expectations, Casey, you gotta consider that progress, don't you?
And the consideration of this could be that classic look-ahead spot. Big Ten opener coming up next week with the Michigan Wolverines in town. Now it's time to take a look at our Hy-Vee Elevate Your Tailgate winner. That is Chris Hutchinson is our winner today of the Hy-Vee Elevate Your Tailgate, brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud sponsor of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Expected to be over 90 degrees today, about 13 mile-per-hour winds. Both teams are on the field going through warm-ups. We'll step aside here on the Nebraska Lottery pre-kickoff show. Jessica Cooney joins the fray as well when we come back on the Huskers Radio Network.
You're listening to the pre-kickoff show, brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery on the Huskers Radio Network.
That's the best way I could describe how it felt for me when I would walk out of either the casino or the Keno parlor, is that you just felt that wave of heat, that wave of oppression kind of hit you, that wave of dread.
Mike is a former problem gambler.
Right away, you would always know that drive home would be the worst moments of why. Why did I do this again? Why can't I stop this?
Help for problem gambling is free for Nebraskans and their families at lifeafterbet.com.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health, and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience. J.D. Power ranked the team at Shelter Insurance #1 in customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Central Region 6 out of the last 7 years. For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
See Shelter Agent Derek Hostert in Lincoln, Shelley Wheeler in Grand Island, or Jeff Florum in North Platte today.
Hey, I like your new car.
Thanks.
Could you stop at this coffee shop? I need a cup of joe.
Press that little red button.
Hey, an entire coffee machine just came out of your dashboard.
Yep.
More things should be built in, like the multiplier in Mega Millions from your Nebraska Lottery. It's one of the new enhancements to the game, along with bigger jackpots and better odds.
Oh, that coffee's a little strong.
Press the blue button.
What's that?
Cream dispenser.
$5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
Tackle the toughest tasks on your farm with Brand Agricultural Products. They've got a complete lineup of grain handling and tillage equipment to take you from the preseason all the way to the playoffs or harvest. All their ag equipment is North American built and backed by an extensive network of dealerships that provide support over the long run. Lead the field with Brand Agricultural Products. Visit Brand.ca for more.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
This is Big Red Football.
Nebraska football fans know what it takes to be the best. You've got to handle the heat, power through the cold, read the pressure. Same goes for the techs at John Henry's. They're trusted to perform when it's all on the line. When winter's driving hard and your furnace fumbles. When your thermostat is in the red zone. When the power goes out before the final whistle. Make the easy call.
Call 435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series. Built Ford tough.
That's my neighbor, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
Joe's about to make a very big mistake. Hey, Joe, I think it might be a good idea to call 811 to have your underground utilities marked before you start digging?
John, that's just for big projects.
Actually, it's for any digging project. Hey, congratulations, Joe. You found your electric line. Remember, safe digging always begins with a free call to 811. You want to borrow my phone, buddy?
Brought to you by Nebraska 811.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your crawl space and damaging your home. Musty smells, sagging floors, mold are just a few signs your crawl space is compromised. But there's one way to get answers for
the 2025 Nebraska Football Hall of Fame class. Joining the group on the field is the president of the Nebraska chapter of the College Football Hall of Fame, Lou Cully of Hastings. Unable to be with us today, the recipient of the Clarence E. Swanson Memorial Award, Dr. Robert Dugas of Lincoln. The Lyle Bremser Special Merit Award recipient, Dennis LeBlanc of Lincoln. Our State College inductee and All-America linebacker at UNO from 1978 to 1980, Tom Sutko. And now for our Cornhusker honorees. Unable to join us today, a two-time All-Conference IBAC and the 1992 Big 8 Offensive Player of the Year, Derek Brown. The recipient of the first ever Nebraska Football Hall of Fame Legends Award, 1972 Heisman Trophy winner, Johnny Rodgers. A 1974 All Big 8 selection at linebacker and a two-time Super Bowl champion, Bob Nelson. A third-team All-America offensive tackle and a first-team academic All-American in 1986, Tom Welter. A first-team All-Conference pick and the 2001 Big 12 rushing champion, represented by members of his family, the late Darren Diedrich. A two-time All-Conference selection, two-time Big Ten Kicker of the Year, and 2011 Big Ten Punter of the Year, Brett Maher. And a 2014 first-team All-Big Ten selection, and a three-time All-Conference honoree, one of Nebraska's all-time leading receiving leaders, Kenny Bell. Husker fans, let's hear it one more time for the 2025 Nebraska Football Hall of Fame class.
Just gon' turn me up. Roscoe dance, what's up? What's up? Let's up. And shout it, we all the way turned
Aye, oh, let's go. Aye, oh, let's go. The bumping in the straight line. You're going through a tight one. Keep the listen that mind. Let's creep up. The pilot in the back seat. The generates the heat. The taste in the back beat.
It's showtime as the Cornhusker Marching Band and Nebraska Spirit Squad take the field to begin another pregame spectacular. Now is the time for the Marching Red Experience. Presenting in their 146th year, the University of Nebraska Cordon Husker Marching Band. This is the pride of all Nebraska. With twirler Brittany Berry. And drum majors Travis Cloyd, Jake Green, Tanner Moss, and Gretchen Muth. It's Football Saturday in Memorial Stadium, and there is no place like Nebraska. Husker fans, please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, conducted by Director of Bands Dr. Carolyn Barber. By executive order of the Commander-in-Chief, all active duty military personnel in civilian attire and military veterans are authorized to maintain their cover and render a proper hand salute. The colors are being presented by a full joint color guard and commanded by midshipmen from the Navy ROTC program. traditional pregame salute to the fans in all 4 stadiums begins with the well-known football classic, Mr. Touchdown USA. Our salute continues with the majestic strains of March Grandioso. Then let's all chant the letters of Nebraska with March of the Cornhuskers. And now, Nebraska's own Hail Varsity!
And now, the projected starting lineup. The Black Shirts. Elijah Jr. Keona Davis. Cameron Linhart. Linebackers. The Marquez Watson Trent. Vincent Shavers Jr. The secondary. Deshaun Singleton. Marquise Buford Jr. Andrew Marshall. Donovan Jones. Sierra Wright. The specialists. Kyle Cunanan. Kevin Gallick. Archie Wilson. On the offense, Gunnar Gatula. Henry Latovsky. Justin Evans. Rocco Spindler. Teddy Paraska. Receivers. Dane Key. Isaiah Hunter. Ja'Cory Barney Jr. Luke Lindenmeyer. In the backfield. Emmett Johnson. And at quarterback, Dylan Raiola. Long before anyone is watching. In the dirt, in the sweat, in the grind that no one sees. Every seed, every snap earned through sweat, sacrifice, and belief. So when the lights come on and the work is revealed, you'll know victory isn't given. It's earned.
Sideline separation, twisting catch. Tap, turn right handoff, Johnson denied. Lee handoff to get. Oh, he's throwing down ferociously. Takes handoff, runs a safety. Welcome to college football, young man. Six-man rush, it's an outcut right, a one-handed catch. Velcro hands. Angles out left, rolling, throwing, caught. Touchdown. The pressure rolls right, flips one right side of the end zone. Caught, gets a foot in. Touchdown.
There is no place like Nebraska.
It's the heads. That's tails. Sure. The call is tails. It is a tails. Houston Christian has won the toss, deferred their choice to the second half.